Greetings, friend, and welcome. Today we are going to be finishing off our comparison of our Greek and Latin text for the very first paragraph of John chapter 3. It has been very long. Today we have verses 20 and 21 to go through. So far our Latin text has been doing pretty well. There are 4 problems that I can think of right now, 3 major, 1 minor. The first one, the earliest one in the text that I can remember, we have Nicodemus referred to in the Latin as prince of the Jews, whereas the Greek has of the princes, of the leaders of the Jews. So if someone were to come to the text from the Latin and they were ignorant of Jewish culture, yet they had the same idea we have for prince, then they might be made to think that Nicodemus is of the ruling class, like he is next in line for the throne of Israel, which is incorrect. So that one is an issue. Then the next one after that, I think we have an aliquis, or at the very least an implied aliquis. There's really no way around that one in the Latin, when there may have been other ways to write that sentence for Jerome. Not easy, mind you, maybe a little bit awkward, but at least correct. The aliquis leaves some things very vague, and that's an issue. Then after that we have a future perfect tense verb, when I think the perfect tense was the appropriate form compared to the Greek. That's not really clear on my head. And then we had a minor issue where we had a present subjunctive in the Latin when the Greek had a aorist subjunctive. And the reason behind the present subjunctive in the Latin is because the previous verb in that very same, I think, purpose clause was also present subjunctive, and the Greek itself was vague on what tense it was. It could have been aorist, it could have been present. So that one is a minor issue. So 3 big issues that I can remember for the Latin. I think there may have been another 2. I wasn't able to locate them again. So let's go ahead and take a look at verses 20 through 21, and then we will give my completely made up grade for all of these things. For everyone doing evil. We've got a present active participle right there, all in the singular. For everyone who does evil. Present tense agit with a relative clause, so that's good. Mala is plural, phulasa is plural, very good. Hates, present tense. Hates, present tense, good. The light does not come, present tense. Light and does not come, present or perfect tense. So since we have the present tense in the Greek, then that means in our Latin the present tense is the correct one. So get that, cross that one out, and circle this one. Okay. To the light. Got to the light, so that's good. Accusative place to which. Accusative of place to which. And let's see. Yep, that's in the screen. In order that purpose clause, the deeds of him, plural, aorist tense, passive, subjunctive, examined, tested, disgraced, or accused. In order that, so we've got quote marks around here to remind us that this is, at least in form, a result clause, even though that we know it is supposed to be a purpose clause, just as the previous one, I think on the previous page. So this might be a change in how Latin was by the time of Jerome, that I don't know, and I don't really have a good way to find that out. So I'm not going to treat this as an issue. I've seen it once before. I'm going to assume Jerome is correct. So treating these both as purposes. We've got aorist tense, and we've got the present tense. So this could just be a slightly different way that the subjunctive clauses are handled in Latin. Again, that's something that I don't know enough about to say one or the other, but I am going to count that against the Latin, because perfect is what would have been better there. So examined, tested, disgraced, accused is what alengthei means. And we've got made known, shown, proven, manifested, declared, or accused. So there is some similarity between the meanings of these two, so that's going to be fine. Plural and plural, good. The doing, but the doing, present participle. But who does, present with relative clause, so that's fine. Truth, singular. Truth, singular, that's good. Comes, present tense, came. So in this one, comes is correct, came is, wrong color. Comes is correct, came is incorrect. To the light, so that's good. Make sure all of this is visible. In order that another purpose clause, exact same forms here, so another aorist, may be revealed, may be made manifest, may be made clear. His deeds, plural. In order that purpose or result, it was entirely unclear in the Latin which of these two was correct, so there's no issue there. Since the Greek is purpose, we should treat the Latin also as purpose, not as result. So manifestentur, we've got another present tense here, so this is just a repetition of the form in essence that Jerome does here, even though both of these are aorist. Now, aorist is an aspectual thing more than it is a tense, so it can be a little bit nice on Jerome, I suppose. He said as if he was on a high horse. So I'm only going to count that one against it. This one is just following the pattern previously, so that is the issue, not this one. But may be revealed, may manifest cleared. Manifest, that's good. Plural deeds, because in God, they had been worked, they had been labored, they had been done, they had been performed. So the way that I treated estin ergasmene in the Greek was I treated it as a present combined with a participle to make something along the lines of a pluperfect. Whereas in the Latin, what I did is I took the present with the perfect to treat this just as an adjective, and this is a linking verb. Now, I could have done the exact same thing with the Greek, or I could have done the pluperfect treatment in the Latin, but that would have been a little bit less natural. So, sunt comes first, estin comes first, facta comes second, and ergasmena comes second. So that at least in the way that they're ordered here between the Greek and the Latin, that is the same. So that's fine. I think either of these translations that I have here, they are done, or they had been done. Either of them could be the case. You'd have to go to someone who knows a lot more about Latin and could properly say one way or another whether that's right. And somebody who knows a lot more than I do about Latin, say Professor Nordling or Professor Velds, they would be good people to go to. Just please don't bring up my name. So, taking a look at this, we have the tense issue right there, and I think that's it. So, all told, Nicodemus is not a prince. He's of the rulers, so he's of the Sanhedrin, I think. It's perfect tense, not future perfect. And what was the other one? Shoot. I hath forgotten. Oh, it's not aliquis. We wanted something else. And then present instead of an aorist, just like right here. So those are two minor ones. Latin is still done fantastic for 21 verses. So I think I'm going to be very generous to the Latin and give it A-. Yes, A-. I, on my high horse, hath done this for the Latin. But in all seriousness, I'm quite impressed. Growing up, when you hear about the Vulgate translation of Jerome, like, oh, it's evil, there are so many errors. And while there have certainly been errors that even somebody as stupid as me could fix, they haven't been that bad in John. I don't know about the rest. I know there are other areas that I've read previously that have had some weird choices. But the Latin has done great. So I hope doing this has been helpful for you. I think this chapter 3 may be the last time that we do this. I just do not have time to make all these videos. Unless there's something major, then I think once we finish chapter 3, there aren't going to be any more Contextus Rex, unless you want there to be. So if that is the case, let me know. Thank you. Thank you for sticking with me through so much stuff. And I hope you have a good day. Hey, not asleep yet? That's okay. I've got tons of other equally sleep-inducing videos for you to watch. Check them out.